Hi there and welcome to Sheetgo's YouTube channel. In this video I will show you how to create a connection between two Google Sheets files and thus create a two-way sync. Google Sheets offers a simple and effective way to manage data and collaborate with colleagues, enabling you to share and access information in real time. You can simply share the spreadsheet with your colleague or client and they can access the data they need whenever they need it. But you can take this cloud collaboration to another level and connect to Google Sheets files automatically. This means linking separate files and moving data in between them via a dynamic automated workflow. This is ideal for reporting, sharing information, or powering data dashboards. In addition to that, if you want to share data with external stakeholders, access control is crucial. A workflow of connected sheets allows you to share specific data from your live spreadsheets without giving direct access to internal files. A great solution to create this two-way sync is using Sheetgo. Sheetgo allows you to connect spreadsheets and build a database type system without coding, allowing your staff to share information whilst simultaneously ensuring data protection. Let me show you how it works. For today's use case, we will create a two-way connection between this project management master file that I have here and the 5 separate spreadsheets for my team members. So I have a list of all their tasks here in my WBS tab, and I want to send their specific tasks to their specific spreadsheets. And I'd like to receive their progress back into this spreadsheet. Let me show you how. First thing we need to do is sign up for Sheetgo. You can do that using the link that I put in the video description below, and it will take us to this screen in the Sheetgo web application where you can sign in with your Google, Dropbox or Microsoft account. Let me quickly sign in with Google. There we go, it takes us to our workspace in the Sheetgo web app where we have all of our workflows listed, and we can start by creating a new one right here. So let's do so. First, you enter our Explore page where you can scroll through some of our solutions and our features, but you can also just start from scratch by clicking on Create Connection. Sheetgo automatically creates a workflow and which we can later rename. But the first thing we need to do is select our data source. In my case, it's my project management master file, so I'm going to select single file. Search for it in your drive. There we go, Sheetgo has loaded the tabs. Make sure you choose the correct one. So my tasks are in my WBS file, and we're going to scroll down and click Next. Before we send this data out to our spreadsheets, we want to process it because I want to create separate spreadsheets per task owner and send their personal tasks in there. So what we need to do is select Split to send data to multiple locations based on a condition. We need to select on which column we are going to base our split on, and in our case it's our task owner column K. Click Next to send the data to your destination. There's 3 options right here. You can choose to send this data to a single file. This means that the split will be happening in different tabs but in the same file. So each team member will have a separate tab. But I want each team member to have a personal spreadsheet, so I want Sheetgo to send it to multiple files. You can do that in the second step, but if you want to organize it better directly, you can have Sheetgo send it to files in a folder. So let's click that. It could be a new folder or an already existing one that you have in your drive. I will let Sheetgo create a new one and I will call it Team Members Projects, for example. You can always change your root folder, but I want to send it to Google Sheets files in my Google Drive. Here you have your destination tab name, which is called Sheetgo WBS, and that's fine. So we're going to click on Done Editing. We start from our project management master file. I want to split the data based on the team members and have it sent into their personal spreadsheets inside a folder. So I'm going to finish and save this first step of our two-way connection workflow. There we go, the first step is done. I've already sent the tasks to my team members, so let me open the folder. There you go, Sheetgo created a new folder called Team Members Projects, and every task owner has their personal spreadsheet with their personal tasks inside. Let me show you right now. There we go, Joe has received his tasks in his spreadsheet. Now if he wants to monitor his progress in the same spreadsheet and send it back to me, I want to insert one column to the right. To be able to do so and not lose this extra column of progress, for example, we need to make sure that inside our workflow, inside our connection, let me show you right here, the connection that we've just made. Let me edit it right here. we move to our destination tab, and here we need to open the settings and make sure that the destination tab is not locked. So we're gonna unlock this destination tab so that Sheetgo will not clear any newly added columns with each transfer. So let's save these changes. And now Joe can freely adjust his progress right here, and whenever Sheetgo updates this connection of these columns, it will not touch his newly created column with progress. For example, he had already started working on this, so it's 10%, the rest he still needs to start. So if each team member adds their progress in their spreadsheet, we want to create a connection to send that back to my master sheet so I'm aware of my team members' progress. Let me show you how. We're going to create an extra connection in this workflow. Our source data now comes from multiple files in a folder. So let's search for it in our drive. It's called team members projects. This is the folder. As you can see here, we have all of our team members spreadsheets. So I'm going to select these as my source. There are two different import settings. So you can choose to allow Sheetgo to update the data from every file in the folder every time we run an update, or only import the data from the latest file added to the folder. In my case, I want all files to be updated. And the file tab that we want to import is always our Sheetgo WBS. Now click Next. And in our process step, now we want to combine this data into one spreadsheet. So I'm going to merge the data into one tab. Let's click Merge. Here you quickly need to identify if you have more than one row used as a header, but we don't. So let's click Next. And we're going to send our data to our single file, our master sheet again. So here in the destination, you can choose to send this data to a new file, but I want to send it back to my master sheet. So I'm going to select it from here. My 2022 project management file. And here you can rename the file tab name. So I'm going to rename it to Progress Team, for example. That's it. Let's click Finish and Save, and Sheetgo will create this merge connection back into my master sheet. There we go. So we first started by splitting the team members' tasks into their personal files in the folder. And now we're creating the two-way sync by merging their progress back into my master sheet. Let me open the master sheet to show you the result. There we go. As you can see, Sheetgo created my new tab, Progress Team. And here we get the merged data with the progress in my final column. Of course, I can format this better as percentage, and then we see who already finished the task, who's a bit behind, and some other information. If you quickly here make sure that the format is on dates, there we go. Use this progress data to then feed your Gantt chart and report from this data of your team members. Now, if you go into the workflow overview, here you can give this workflow a name. For example, Project Management. You see who owns this workflow and who has access to the files on the workflow, and you share it with your colleagues and team members by clicking here. You can choose to give them edit access to the files as well, and then press Done. The overview also tells you how many files and connections there are in this workflow. And then, of course, last but not least, our update schedule. So you can press the big Run button right here to make sure these connections run. It will split the data, then merge back into your file. But of course, you do not want to have to open and do this manually every time you need to see your team members' progress. So you click on Schedule Settings right here to make sure that the workflow runs automatically. For example, once a day between 9 and 10 a.m. and on Monday morning. So then you start your week and with seeing how your team members are doing with their tasks. Click Save to make sure that the automatic updates are running. That's it. That's how you create a two-way sync with Sheetgo, a two-way connection between different Google Sheets files. If you have any questions about this, do not hesitate to comment below, and make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel because there's plenty more possibilities with this tool. Thank you very much.